Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, Jean. Hi, can you all hear me? In case I can't hear myself. Hi, Jean. Hi, can you all hear me? Right. Okay, good. Thank you. So, how's your day so far? How's school so far? Hi, Pierre. Wait, let me see. Did I get the yeah? Okay. Hello, Nicole. P6 stress. It's okay to be stressed, but do something about it, right? So you are at the start of the year. There's still like another 8 months or so, 8 months plus to go before your actual exam. So you still have time. You definitely have time to work on it. So the faster you get started on it, the less stress you have, right? Little bit of stress is good and important. Oh, hi, Angel. Welcome back. You go to A grade or AB? Oh, that's nice. Who's your which branch rather? Hi Jessica. Hello everyone. Yeah, welcome to today's session. How many of you here are P6ers? You're P5, yeah, not a problem. Yeah, essentially to me, a P6 and a P5 students are basically the same. The only difference is a P6 student will have done more practices than a P5 students by virtue that, English is essentially the same. Yeah. Your teacher never say her name. It's okay, but yeah, probably your teacher did introduce herself, but that was at the first lesson and maybe you missed it or something. Yeah, sure, calling her teacher is fine. I don't think there's any issue with that, and I don't think she would really mind anyway. Hi to everyone who is joining in. How's your day and how's school so far? That's okay. Like I said, P5 is fine, not issue, right? School is fine. Now that's nice to know, right? So anyway, if you're P6, this will be like the last year you have in school. So, enjoy it while it lasts. And then after that, it will be a new phase of life. And so, therefore, you know, uh, new chapter, new things to look forward to, right? So, yeah. So, just do your best. So, that's the most important thing. Do your best. And then the results will be the results, right? You miss your friends definitely. Like I told my students previously, once you graduate, as a class, you all will never be together again. But of course, if you all put in the effort to meet up and catch up, and then you all still be together. I still keep in touch. I still meet up with my primary school friends, even now. How many years? 20 over years, right? But yeah. Um, um, of course, not everyone comes. It's just a few of us, but at least it's something. We actually still visit our, or used to visit our primary school teacher or form teacher, up until the point where she is, well, not as healthy as before and does not really want to meet up with us. How to improve your compo? Well, the only way to improve, unfortunately, is to practice and to practice writing. And then after the writing, the more important thing is to actually get feedback from a teacher who knows what he or she is doing, right? So um, it is not just about correcting your spelling and your grammar, which is of course what we will check, but your flow of ideas, the use of. Okay. Can't hear. Is this better? Can you hear now? Oh my goodness. No sound. Ah, that's very strange. Your screen seems to be lagging. Maybe. Okay, wait. Let me try to. Yeah, is it better? Can hear now? Okay. I think my new location has bad Wi-Fi. Okay, never mind. I'll sort it out next time. Yeah, but it works now, right? So y'all can hear me. Am I like still lagging? Okay, good. So is the volume okay? Is everything okay? Uh, no, as in screen is still, yeah. I haven't moved the screen yet. So yeah. So yeah, can right. So I think the screen moved a bit. Okay, right. Yeah. So if that's fine, good. Right. Thank you. Sorry for the slight hiccup. Um. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, right. Hi, people. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to work on. So just we will be working on the situational writing component. I definitely do not have time to go through any compo. So if you want to really go through the compo component, I would have to well encourage you to come join our classes, the writing classes, the creative writing classes, either online with me or um, with the other teachers. That's fine too, right? So we're offering free trial lessons. You can always join in for one free trial before you decide whether you want to join or not. Okay, and then we will be going through continuous writing and situation writing. But for the purposes of the TikTok live, I only have time to cover situational writing. If I go through the creative writing, well, there's not much time to do much, if anything. Okay. Oh, yeah, Coven. Okay, nice. Right. I teach at Yishun, right? But I teach P4 and Sec 2 at Yishun. I teach the creative writing online. Okay, so yeah, if you join the creative writing online, you will well get me to teach you. Okay, now yeah, with that aside, um, let's start. P6, I only teach P6 creative writing online, not physical classes. Okay, right? So I hope that answers your question. Sembawang, that's nice. Yeah, North Point. Well, then join the online class instead lah. Right? Okay. So you can join the online class. and I mean I don't teach any writing classes in the physical class. So whether you stay in uh, whether you go North Point or not, it doesn't quite matter. Okay, I won't be the one teaching the writing anyway. Okay, right. Well, Sembawang is near to North Point, so that's fine. Okay, come, let's start. Right. So yeah, thanks for joining once again. Right. So yeah. This is the first creative writing TikTok live that we have for the year. Right. We should have a few more to come. Right. And situational writing, your will be the first batch to have the revised format. And so, yeah, there'll be some changes. Okay. Um, Compo is always about practice, right? After you write, you need to get feedback from the teacher, right? And then after which, um, you need to work on those feedback. Okay. And then after that, what do you call that? You can practice again and improve from there. So the students in my class, generally I'll try to give them the feedback, and then after that I'll get them to do the corrections to improve. Huh? Capybara lover, I know you. Really? Okay. Anyway, will it be difficult the new syllabus cause we just became guinea pigs? Good question. If you ask me in all honesty, I think basically life is made more difficult. They basically made things more difficult. Despite whatever they say about making things less stressful and everything. I mean, why in the world uh would the visual text need to be harder than it already is, right? The situational writing, I think it's definitely harder because there's the one point that you need to infer by yourself, right? And then after which, I mean, it shouldn't be all too difficult, but yeah, it's basically harder lah. So they did make or rather, for continuous writing, they didn't actually make it easier. They just reduced the marks there, so it went down from 40 to 36, and then they transferred the marks to oral, right? So, for those of you who don't really like to talk, essentially you are well, you have less points to score in that sense lah. But yeah, supposedly by transferring to oral, life is made easier for quite some people, right? I don't know, but yeah. Okay. Capybara lover, I don't know who you are, but yeah, unless you state your real name. Okay, but anyway, well, I would say that English compo is not something that most people would like. In all honesty, I never liked the writing at the beginning, but it's only when I got to a level where I am better able to express my thoughts. I can create my own characters. I actually have like a mini book that I wrote, although it's not published. And yeah, it was quite fun in that sense lah. You are like the god of the world. You know, you get to create things and make things how you want them to happen. Okay, so writing is fun in that way, and if you read good books, they are very nice to read, and you can't put it down, and so that's a good work, right? And of course, not uh, how do I put it? Of course, not everyone will like the same thing lah, right? Okay. So yeah. Let's start. So let's look at the pictures that we have here, right? So there's this girl on the left, right? And she's talking to this boy here, and so it says J, right? So obviously the name of the boy here is J, right? And so J, I heard that you have a new form teacher now because your previous form teacher, Mrs. Lee, is on maternity leave, right? So I think at this age, you will know if some adult goes on maternity leave, what would that mean? Anyone? Let's just give this a try. If one of your teachers goes on maternity leave, what does that imply? What does that mean? Okay, nice that you all like know each other or something and saying hi to each other. Right. She's pregnant, and actually, the fact that she's on maternity leave means that she's either going to give birth or has given birth, right? So it's not going on a holiday. Yeah. So just to be, yeah. So because okay, so as a pregnant lady, you can choose to start your maternity leave before you go before you deliver, because sometimes for some people they might have a difficult pregnancy, and so they need more time to rest, they can't walk about that much. For some they want more time to prepare, to rest at home and whatever have they not, and so some would start before they give birth. But the idea is that a baby is due soon, and so the teacher in this case is not around. Okay, your sister's teacher is often pregnant. Okay, that is quite interesting. Usually at this well stage, not many people want to have that many children, right? I mean, how many friends do you have that have, like, maybe four siblings all together and more, including themselves? But yeah, sure. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, so yes, as mentioned, so the teacher is pregnant, right? Ooh. Is there a way to, right? Where's my rotate lock? Okay, right. So this teacher is pregnant, right? And then probably uh go giving or gave birth. Okay. So yeah. So just so you all know, right? Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to your channel. That's interesting. You have a channel. Okay, right. So anyway, now that's right. Our new form teacher is Mr. Hanan. He also teaches us science, right? So the what does this also implies? So let's look at the small words. The small words are generally quite important, right? So these little words. What does the word also here tells you? Okay, what does the word tell you? Or you have a channel with 1,000 plus subscribers. That's nice. I don't even have one. Okay, but yeah, anyway, that's not the point, and I don't want one anyway. So yeah, um, what does the word also here tells us? Anyone? She teaches two subjects. Well, no, not that. And anyway, notice that this also is about he, right? What does this also tells us? Okay, right. So this also basically tells us that he is Mr. Hanan. This Mr. Hanan is both, right, the form teacher, the new form teacher, as well as the science teacher. So well, that's why he serves two roles. Okay, right. Well, the fun part we haven't gotten there yet. So yeah, and then yeah, let's move on. Before you all start typing other funny stuff, right? And then how do you find Mr. Hanan, right? So the girl asks, how do you find Mr. Hanan? And so he says, Mr. Hanan is very humorous. So we have one character trait of him. He's very humorous, right? And friendly. Okay, plus he makes his lessons interesting. So there seems to be three good things about Mr. Hanan. Do you all have a equivalent of a Mr. Hanan that you know of? There is humorous, friendly, and can make his or her lessons interesting. Anyone? Hey, hello, cat. Me? Oh, all right, thank you, thank you. Like heart for you. Okay, anyway, not in your school. Well, hopefully you meet a teacher like that. That will make some difference in your life, I think. Okay, right. So yeah. Anyway, so they didn't, of course, say how this is different from the previous teacher. Well, they shouldn't be comparing. I mean, not nice. Each person is unique, just like all of us, right? You got PE teacher that's like that. Okay, that's nice, right? Yeah. Okay, and then so we move on to the next part, right? And then she encourages him, right, to write a letter to Zheng Rong, right, to tell him all about your new form teacher, right? And so why is it that they must write to Zheng Rong? Okay, and so it's because everyone in the class misses Zheng Rong since he migrated to Korea with his family, right? So this um, classmate has left. Okay, someone unsubscribed. Oh, how many of you here have classmates who left your class or school because well, they migrated elsewhere. Not just transfer school. I mean, like they left Singapore. Anyone with any friend like that? Well, okay, yeah, it's not common. Oh, you have? Oh, you have one too? Well, where did these classmates of yours migrate to? Migrated Canada. Oh, Canada, nice place. Well, okay, depends on which part you're in. I heard like, where's that? Toronto is currently not that nice anymore, but yeah. You have a lot. So many of your friends who went overseas. Oh, you went China. Okay, yeah, probably work. Oh, New Zealand. New Zealand is nice and slow place. Won't be so stressed for the most parts. Yeah. So yeah, seems like they have gone to nice places. And yeah, I think a lot of people want to well leave Singapore. Too stressful here. I'm lagging again, right? I didn't do anything. Why am I lagging? Okay. Anyway, migrated to Myanmar. Migrated to Myanmar. That's interesting. Myanmar is currently not in a very steady state. You know, there is this the junta took over, as in the military took over, and so now it's under military law. I mean, things are more or less back to normal, but yeah. You don't exactly migrate to Frontier Primary School. Basically, he just changed school. To migrate is to leave the country. Okay, so you leave the country, that's migrate. Transfer school is just, yeah, that you get it transfer. Oh yeah, there's no Kahoot today. Ace. You don't migrate to another school, you migrate to another country. So yeah, watch the use of the words. Okay, so migrate to another country. Okay. Yeah, migrate to Taiwan. Oh, okay, nice. Taiwan has well somewhat close to 4 seasons, so it's that's well, some would like it, some would absolutely hate it. I don't really like it, especially winter. But anyway, yeah. Okay, come. Now, so Zhen Rong migrated to Korea, right? Just like you all also have some people who will do that. And so everyone in class misses him, right? So it seems like, he's a popular guy and everything. Migrated to Japan. Wow. Must be nice. Okay. Imagine watching anime every day, but no subtitles. Okay, but anyway, um, yeah. So he'll write a letter to him, right? So this J, right? We know that this boy J here, right, will write to um Zhen Rong. Okay, right? So all good here. Okay, right. So now what happened is, let's look at the question. So the question here, in case you don't know, you can download the link in the, or rather the worksheet from the bio, right? And then yeah, maybe less laggy, right? I mean, typically there'll be some lag here and there. That's kind of expected. Okay. Now migrated to LA. LA is in hot, literal hot fire right now. I don't know what's the situation, but yeah, the bushfires is spreading. It's like ashes all over. And yeah, and guess of course what some politicians are doing. Well, absolutely nothing. Okay, but yeah. Anyway, are you telling me that LA is not um Los Angeles, but I don't know, Lower Ang Mo Kio or something? Okay. Anyway, yeah. So let's continue, right? So imagine you are J. You are to write a letter, email to your classmate, right, to tell him about your new form teacher, right? So the purpose is to tell, right? So this tell here is in essence your purpose, right? So if you recall your PAC, your purpose, right? And because you are writing to your ex-classmate whose name is Zhen Rong, right? So he is your classmate, and so therefore he is the audience. Let me make this a capital A, right? So he's the audience, right? And such an audience. So is it formal, informal writing? Come, people. Well, Malaysia is still technically speaking migration. Okay, so that's fine. Why would you want someone to migrate to USA or Russia? Why don't you migrate there yourself? Yeah. No, the war is not in Russia. The war is in Ukraine. Yeah, Russia invaded Ukraine. So far it's peaceful in Russia. I had like a friend that visited Russia recently, Moscow, right? So it was all peaceful there. It was as though there was no war anyway. Yes, thank you, Capybara lover. It's informal writing. Right, thank you. Your fired migrated to California. I didn't know fires can migrate, but yeah, I'm sure it's a typo for friend. Okay, anyway, yes, so this will mean that because of the audience, this will be an informal writing. Okay, right? So we have the purpose, we have the audience, and of course, the context is basically to tell about your new form teacher. So this here lies the context. So here you have your P A C, right? Now, so for PAC, basically you will still use this as you go on to secondary school. So, well, get used to it, okay? Can? We won't be doing CW as I explained earlier, but if we have time, maybe we can go through some of the question analysis, but let's see how that one goes. But I doubt we will have time for that. Like I said before, um, if you want, please join the writing class. That would be great because we would have plenty of time to go through a lesson proper for writing per se, right? If it's just on TikTok, frankly speaking, it's quite hard to do that, right? Especially if someone were to join in halfway and then after that they don't know the context, then we have to go through and repeat all over again. Okay, um, right. So yeah, let's continue, right? So you have identified your PAC. Now let's identify the 6 points that we have. Well, we will be doing the writing, or at least I'll be doing the typing. Of course, if you want to write by yourself, go ahead. Although we don't have time to, like, in class, I'll give you time to write, and then after that we will go through the corrections together, but here we absolutely don't have the time for that, okay? And this is not the platform for that, because you won't be able to share what you have written with me. Well, I mean, you could put in the chat, but I won't have the chat is not suitable for reading such long messages. Anyway, the format would have been gone anyway. Okay, now let's look at the the bullet points that we have here. So they ask you, why did the form teacher leave, right? So this is the first bullet point. Why did the form teacher leave? Okay, and then the second one is about the new form teacher. What is the new form teacher like? So technically speaking, this is point two, right? And because, well, technically speaking, they said three things about the new form teacher. We'll probably have two and three here, right? And then, uh, um, what does, then the next one, how does your classmate feel about your ex-classmate, right? And so, this one, we know that they all miss him. So how do they feel? This will be point number four, right? And then how does the class feel about the new form teacher, right? And so, well, they essentially, well, love him a lot, right? And so this would be in essence your 5 and 6 here. Okay, right. Your yeah, so yes, correct, the because of the maternity leave portion. Okay, now so uh wait, let me see. Uh, he, yeah. Okay, yeah. So with that, right? Am I still lagging? I thought I'm fine. Okay. Now, then let's start with writing. Yeah, I know someone is trying to promote their I don't know, is it TikTok channel or YouTube or Instagram or I don't know what. Okay, but yeah. Okay, so let's start with writing this passage here, or rather the situational writing. So if you recall, right, we will need to have how many parts? Anyone remembers? Over the holiday, you probably might have forgotten. How many parts are we going to have for the main writing or for situational writing? Eight. Well, no, not eight parts. Okay. No, not 6, not 3. Seems like all random guessing. Um, we will have 5 major parts, right? So the first part that we have is in essence, right, the salutation. In other words, your dear whoever, right? So 5 parts, yes. And then the second part, what's the second part? Does anyone know? What's the second part? Thank you, user. Anyone know what's the second part that we have? Right, you have your intro. Very good. So the intro, which must contain the purpose, right? The purpose of the writing. Okay, and of course, some of your teachers would have taught you that you needed to include context, but yeah, okay, that one really depends. Then number 3, what's the third part that you have? Right, what's the third part that you have? Well, no, not audience. The how have you been of late will be in the introduction, but yeah, that's part of the intro. Good. No, not the conclusion yet. You haven't gotten to say anything yet. You can't conclude. Right. So the content in itself. So we're talking about the body. Right. So in the body, this is where you can have, well, either it's the paragraphs that you have. So the main, so usually your content points will be here. So the most or all content points will be here, right? Because sometimes you can have those points in the intro and in the fourth part, right? As I demonstrated in the previous TikTok live, well, assuming you joined it, but yeah. So what's the fourth part? Middle action. I don't know what middle action is. Okay. My screen is lagging. Yeah, I understand. Generally, the screen will lag a bit. Yeah, but yeah, that's why I'm trying not to move it too much. Okay. So yeah. So what's the fourth part that we are missing? The fourth part is something that we call the polite ending, or some of you will call it the conclusion. So this one is the one that's rather unique to the situation, the context that you're in, and so this will demonstrate if you are what do you call that, um, aware of the context. And WL, I think that's enough of you trying to promote your channel, right? I think they would have gotten it, and if people would have wanted to join, they would have joined already. So can you please stop that, because it's kind of distracting, okay? My screen is blurry. Why is the screen blurry? Are you talking about the writing that I have, or are you talking about the what do you call that? Um, my video. Okay, that's very strange. Can't hear. Okay, just now. Okay, so all good now. Yeah. Okay. So it wasn't. So maybe it's not for everyone. So maybe you want to check the connection on your side as well. Now let's get on. What's the last part here? What's the last part? Yeah, okay, so seems like it wasn't lagging for everyone. So well, not much I can do. Seems like it's not on me. Right, so yes, good. The signing off, right? Or the sign off. So this is where you sign off with, well, either yours sincerely or yours faithfully, right? And then you put your name and or surname. Okay. 5G internet. I'm on fiber. That's that's fast enough, right? So yeah, I'm not using wireless. Okay, but anyway, yeah, or rather mobile network. Okay, right now, so if you recall, like I said, we will have these 5 parts that we'll need. And I believe that this will also apply when you write in the article writing, okay, for your, what do you call that, the new format. So hopefully you're not the first batch to do article writing, because that one's a new format. Do you know? If you check your PSLE, I don't know what you call that, 3-year series, 10-year series, we used to have 10-year series for, we still do have that for no, not PSLE, O levels, right? But yeah, so the one where you have, the past 3 years of papers, you notice that there's a specimen paper inside. So in the specimen paper, um, there is the situation writing has a new component called, or new, not new component, but new style called article writing. So you're expected to write an article apparently. Okay. So regards, like I said before many times, I will avoid it if you can, if I can, right? Because regards is this one word, or even best regards or whatever regards that you have. Uh, it is not clear whether is it formal, informal writing. So yeah, best not to use it again. Okay. Now anyway, with that aside, let's get on with the um, um, writing, right? So what will we start off with? Anyone? Well, yeah, the loss, the yours sincerely will come at the end. It felt like an hour. Okay, you have a time stop. Right. So yeah, let's start off. Right. So will be dear, right? Dear who? Dear Zhen Rong, right? So then don't forget the comma because some of you will forget the comma. Well, I don't think I'm lagging. I have like 3 bars here. So I don't think it's me, right? So anyway, yeah, so dear Zhen Rong, so if you want to be creative and what have you not, which I do not encourage, right? Some of you will replace the word dear with hello Zhen Rong or hi Zhen Rong, right? Which I don't encourage. Okay, so no, okay, don't do that. Just stick to dear because dear will work for both formal and informal writing. So let's play it safe. We are not here to, well, um, um, create new frontiers. Okay. Now, so with that aside, we have the, yeah, this part is not the creative writing. The creative writing comes in the continuous writing portion. The situational writing, we don't need you to be creative, okay? And yeah, don't be creative here. So here we are done in the first part. So this is the part one. Let me just write this in a different color, maybe yeah, orange. So here this is number one. This is our salutation. I have to write it small. Salutation. Okay, right? And then we go on to the next part, right? And so the next part, what is part two? So if we recall, if we go back up, let's see part two. Part two will be the intro, which will include the purpose, right? And for the informal writing, something important slash different must be in that informal writing. Does anyone know what must be there? Although I'm sure someone already had it just now, right? So what must be there? Oh, what must you add at the start of a informal writing? Well, not the purpose, before the purpose. This comes before the purpose. Purpose you need, and you spell purpose wrongly. I'm not sure if it's done purposely, but yeah. Right, the how are you. Very good, right? And so that's all you need, 3 words. How are you? And please remember it has to be capital letter, the H, right? Because it's the start of a sentence, right? So how are you? That's more than enough. Of course, you can write how have you been, that works too, right? The I hope you are doing well, that comes after the how are you. It's optional, you don't need it, right? It's not compulsory. Okay, and so yeah, yeah, how have you been of late will work too, right? But yeah, 3 words, how are you, is more than sufficient. Okay, like I said, this is the part you don't really need to be creative. You be creative in the continuous writing, right? Now and then, so let's start off with something different, right? So instead of just starting off with the purpose, let's make this um, uh, um, part of where the main bullet point answer is, right? And so when you ask how are you, right? Some of you, like you mentioned, you say I hope you are doing well and so on and so forth. Then sometimes you tell something about yourself, right? So in this case, instead of just telling something about ourselves, let's answer the the third bullet point, right? Which is, well, the fourth point that we have there. So let's talk about, say, uh, about how your class feels about your ex-classmate, right? So that's the one. Okay, and so And how do they feel, right? And so how does the class feel? Anyone? Okay, WL, thank you very much. Please, you can stop advertising. Okay, so yeah, how? No, they didn't mention sad. So let's go back to the passage here. What did they say? So which part did they say, that's in there? How does the class feel about your ex-classmate, right? So how do they feel? Right, so yes, correct. They miss him. Well, they didn't exactly say they're happy. So it's actually over here. Oh, it's over here, right? So that everyone in the class misses him a lot now that he has migrated to Korea, right? So they basically miss him, right? It's him because there is written he. So even though you don't know whether it's turned wrong a male or female, right? Look out for the other clues. And so your pronoun here is a very good clue. So if you write her, you'll be penalized because the clue is there. So it is not an excuse that you do not know. Okay, unless it's not provided, then yeah. So we can go off with the entire class, right? Mrs. You, right? Ever since, right? You've, right? So let's add in the, oh, where's my apostrophe? Right, so here, right, you, so we add the contraction, which is one of the requirements in informal writing, right? That'll be good. My voice is still very soft. Oh, okay. I'm ready, like, yeah, beside the mic. Okay, I'll try to speak louder. I hope that works better. It's like almost me shouting here. Okay, hope that's better. Yeah, you can of course reorder the points. It's in the instructions, right? And so yeah, this to me feels a lot more natural to write at this stage, right? Since you're asking about how are you, let me tell you about how the class feels, right? Which was mentioned, right? And so the entire class misses you ever since you've migrated, right, to Korea. Okay, and then after that, so um, then we move on to the purpose. And so here, right, I am writing, okay, to, right, we'll follow the verb inside the question, which is to tell, right, you, right, and what will we be telling you? And in essence, it's in a question about our new form teacher. And so here we would also mention the name, right? And so we inform our new form teacher, Mr. Hanan. Now here I could put a full stop, right? But of course, if I wish to be a bit more um, excited, right, I could change this to an exclamation mark, and that will be fine too. Okay, right? Now, all good, yeah. I'm still laggy. I don't know why. Like I said, okay, but yeah. Let's move on then. Okay, so next one. So we move on to the body, and we have answered one of the points already. Okay, and so let's move on to the next one. And so we'll talk about the first point, which is why the current form teacher leave, right? Why did she leave, right? So as you uh know, comma, right, our previous form teacher, right, and her name, we'll add the name there, Mrs. Lee, comma, right? Oh, I got the extra space there. Let me get rid of it. Right? Mrs. Lee, uh, right, is pregnant. Right? So she's pregnant. Right? Then, ooh, um, she has recently given birth and thus is currently on maternity leave, right? And so we'll answer the first bullet point, right, as to why the form teacher left, right? The previous one, or the shouldn't be current, but yeah, the previous one. Okay, if you recall, based on what we have up here, right? So we have actually, let me see, right? We have these. We have him being humorous, friendly, plus he makes lessons interesting, right? And so, yeah, so he makes the lessons interesting, and so, that's the point you wish to mention as well. So we'll throw in all the 3 points here to be safe, right? And then um, that will explain about the second point, right? What the new form teacher is like, right? Okay, and so yeah, let's move on. So we'll continue in the same paragraph, right? Um, uh, we have let's go with we therefore have a new form teacher, right? Um, we'll just Mr. Hanan, right? Just to repeat his name again, right? Uh, who also teaches us science, right? Okay, so this is where we'll describe him. So he is humorous. Humorous. Okay. Um, and friendly. Okay. Um, not only that, right? He makes his lessons interesting. Okay? And so now we already described him. Yeah, the new teacher is Mr. Hanan. Did I spell? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's Mr. Hanan. I wrote Mr. Hana. That's interesting. Oh, I think it was auto-correct. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Yeah, it's auto-corrected. It has changed to Mr. Hannah. That's like my ex-student's name. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I just realized. These things happen. And the N looks like a H. Yeah. Thank you, Apple, for self-correcting that when I don't need it, but sure. Okay. Right. So he makes his lessons interesting. Now, at the same time, we have to mention, how does the class feel about him? And so, well, because of that, I'm sure most of you would like a teacher who is like humorous, friendly, and has interesting lessons, right? I would think so, lah. I mean, at least you class wouldn't be too boring, won't be falling asleep all the time. Okay. Oh, thank you, Tosephine. That's a interesting name. Heart for you, right? And for all of you out there, the other 30 of you out there, heart, heart. Okay. Now, anyway, let's continue. And so, yeah, uh, as a result, right, all of us always look forward to his lessons, right? And so to show the excitement, let's go with an exclamation mark here, right? And then after which, here we can go, I'm sure, oh, it's a comma, wait, yeah, apostrophe. I'm sure uh, you would, you would, you would have, hey, my apostrophe, you would have uh, liked his lesson too, right? Um, yeah. What's too small? Okay, wait. Chotomate. Let me try, But it's the same size as the last few times, and no one said anything. Okay, wait. How do I... Hey, oh, wait. Apple like this. I forgot. It's not Android. Okay, wait. Uh, Ken, is this big enough? Yeah? Okay. So let me go down. Oh, but then we won't have enough space. Okay, wait, Chotomate. Let me reduce the size between the characters. Wait Okay, next time I need to use font size 16. There we go. Let's go all the way. Ugh. Select all. Very good. Let's reduce this to 1. Would that work? Ken, is the spacing alright? Can y'all see it? Would that work? Is this fine? Hello? Any feedback? Yes? Okay, good. Then we can all still keep this to 1 page. Okay, right. So yeah, I'm sorry about the lines if that's the case. It was not meant for this font size anyway. Ken? Too cramped. Okay, so if I were to expand it, give it a bit more space, we will not fit the page. Okay, Ken? Yeah, does this work? Okay, my class must write a whole situation writing on top of foolscap on a foolscap paper. It is pain. Well, situation writing is still alright. Imagine you have to write what's that? Continuous writing. Situation writing is okay. You in here your situation writing should not exceed like what 120 words, right? In secondary school it's 250 to 350 words, okay? So yeah. By the way, when you did your situation writing, Danish and Lion King, is it for the article writing or is it for like I don't know email or letter? Which one? Yes, I'm teacher Alvin Jewel. Hi, how are you? Uh, although I don't know who you are. You're also lagging, right? Okay, anyway, yeah, so yeah. Okay, come, then let's continue. So yeah, we already mentioned the parts where we said about um the lesson, right? Why the how the class feels about the form teacher, right? They basically look forward to his lessons. Okay, and so let's move on. We are done with this. So let's move on to the ooh. Let's move on to the fourth part, right? Which is in essence the polite ending. And how would you end off with this? Oh, article writing will start in term 2. Okay, interesting. Can. I mean, they still need time to create the material. I'm sure it must be a pain. Trust me. They don't usually give us lots of time. Okay. Can you start with the promotion of the channel thing? It's like it's like clogging up the chat. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So let's continue. So what would be a good polite ending? Anyone? Any suggestions about the polite ending? I hope you reply back to me soon. The idea is correct. Although the English will probably be need some work. Okay. Yeah, you could read. I hope that. I hope. Yeah, sure. No, not cheers yet. Okay, we still at the polite ending. We are not done with the sign off yet. Right. So you still need to end it properly. Right. So yeah. So there's a few ways that you could do this. Right. So for example, you could say that. For example, uh, right. Wait, what did some of you say? I hope that you have a great time. What do you mean? Uh, okay, yeah, I can get back to you soon, right? But there's nothing for the person to get back to. You are just telling, right? So of course, you will want to write in a sense hope to hear from the person. Yes, there's no Kahoot. Thank you very much, Jessica. No Kahoot today. Okay, why got no break? You mean there's break? But yeah, I mean, technically speaking, this is not a lesson proper. You can always have your break as and when you like. Some of them are having dinner while they are going through this. It's like um what edutainment sort of thing. You have some fun while you learn something useful. I hope to see you in Korea soon. Implies that you're going to Korea, but if you have that, then yeah. I mean, that could be one way. That will be interesting. I'll be ending this email soon. Well, we don't usually say that, but not entirely wrong. But I mean, yeah, there are many ways, right? Of course, you could, for example, I could go with, right? That's right. All for my update, right? Um, about what has happened in our class, right? So far, right? And then after that, um, then after that, do share more photographs of Korea and tell us more soon, right? Then exclamation mark to show excitement. Of course, like some of you mentioned, you could say things like what do you call that? The I hope to hear from you soon. Hope that all is well. Yeah, that works too. Please don't go and write your Korean, Japanese, Malay, or whatever in there. That would be quite uh um, I think you'll probably be penalized, okay, because they're not exactly English words. Okay, you're taking an English exam, not some other language exam. Okay, I don't know why you're talking about some apartments. Are you buying some houses soon? Okay, yeah. But as you can see, the brain rot has reached new heights with less intelligent singers. But yeah, okay, right. So anyway, um we have reached part 4. All right, I forgot to label the parts, so let's see. Right, we have part 1, salutation. Part 2 is our introduction, which will include the purpose. And we have part 3. In this case here, the body is all in one paragraph. There's no need to break it up, right? And then number 4, we have the polite ending. Okay, and what's number 5? Okay, yeah, can you please stop with the brain rot words? That was one of the 2024 year of the words. Well, sorry, word of the year of the words. My goodness. Okay, right. So yeah, what will we end with? Okay, yes, very good. The signing off. Well, the person's name not Jake. Yes, the person's name is Jay, right? So let's end off with this. So let's move. Oh, where's my keyboard? There we go. Keyboard appear. Right, and so here we'll write yours sincerely, right? Comma, and then J. Now, so here we will have our sign off. Okay. Now, of course, some of you will probably be asking, can I not use yours sincerely? Then what else can you use? Okay, what else can you use? Anyone besides yours sincerely? What else can you use? Well, I'm not sure. The other one that you have will be, like I said, avoid regards. Some people take it to be formal. Some take it to be informal. So just don't use regards. It's like a cursed word. Okay, so yeah. Um, so the other one that you can use will be love. But like I always tell my students, just stick to yours sincerely. Okay, it's very safe because that's how it's used to be written anyway. Okay, can right now. Yeah. You miss primary school English. Why are you doing biochemistry now? Biochemistry, so I suppose you're in university or poly, right? Uh, yeah, so that's pretty much life, right? I don't think it gets easier along the way. So, shall I tell you something? One of the, how should I put that? Um, um, Interesting things in life that I notice. Okay. Can yours sincerely be used for all formal, informal? Yes, it can be, but under the correct context, right? So yours sincerely is basically used. Let me use a different color. When you write to people you know, right? So it can be for those who have a higher social ranking than you, so say the adults, right? Be your teacher, principal, some manager, or whoever, or to the ones who are closer to you. So that means like your family members. So this applies to both family and friends. Okay, as well as like I said, those who are of a higher social ranking than you, higher social ranking. The only time you'll use yours faithfully is when you will be doing what you call that, writing to someone you do not know, right? So you don't know the name. So right, you write dear manager, then it'll be yours faithfully sort of thing. Okay. What is biochemistry? Biochemistry is the combination of the study of biology and chemistry, right? So when you go to secondary school, science is combination of the three main sciences, which is chemistry, physics, and biology. Well, some would argue, strictly speaking, is just chemistry and physics, and then biology is an offshoot of chemistry, but we're not here to debate that. Okay, but yeah, here we have these three main stuff here, right? And so biochemistry is a combination of these two. So they are like, instead of specializing in just one, they do both. So what's so good about it, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, but with that, it's easier to enter the biochemical related job. So you do things like, um, for some it could be like petroleum or something related to food, because there's like the biology of it. So you could be doing something like medicine, uh, um, um, something to do with living things and the chemistry of it. Okay, so yeah. um oh, I got 21K likes. That's interesting. Okay, thank you very much. I didn't notice, but yeah, more hearts for you all too. Okay, so yeah, we spread the love. Okay, so yeah, yeah, so I was saying that, enjoy your primary school while it still lasts. It's considered easy. Okay, I will tell my students that, this is still the, if you play games, right, this is like the tutorial stage only. You learn how to move front, back, left, and right. You learn the action to jump, to do the what interaction button item, sort of thing. Okay, primary school is the fun part, the easy part really. When you go to, like, when you're this senior of yours in doing biochemistry, you'll be like, uh, what is all this? And then that's still the easy part, because you still go to school. There's still more or less an answer. If you go to work, many a times there's no answer. Okay, but yeah. Okay, right. So we are done with the writing here. Okay, I have the continuous writing here. Although I have about 5 minutes left, I don't think I have time to go through this anyway. So let's not. In any case, it's something very similar to, or rather, it is the PSLE question from I don't know how many years ago, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what a gifted badge user thing is, but yeah. Okay, but yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, there we hold situation writing. So you realize that basically we'll try to fit everything to one page, and you notice that we are not all too creative here. Like I mentioned before, this is not the place to be creative. You want to be creative, go do it in your continuous writing. Oh, scroll down, you still copying? Okay, sure. Right? Okay, and so yeah, um there are certain rules to follow. Like I said, the five major parts, right? Your intro, sorry, your salutation, intro, the body, and then you have your polite ending, and then you have your sign off, right? So five main parts generally work across your uh, formal, informal, be it uh, email or letter. And I believe it should probably apply to your article writing too, right? Oh yeah, thank you, Jade, for your blessings. May God bless you too. Okay, right. So yes, I'm basically done. If you have questions, you can always stay back and ask, or you want to talk about anything else, you can. Oh, actually, I have something interesting. If you're want to listen, or rather, yeah. Uh, Today I was asked a very interesting question. Maybe I should type it here. Okay, yeah, probably better to type it here. Where? Okay, right. Let me type it in the blank space. Do I have a blank page? Oh wait, I don't have a blank page. Okay, right. Let me type it here. Then let me tell me your response. Okay, so let's say, right. So let's play this what if question. So let's say, right. Um, um, if you could get uh 10 million let's put $10 million dollar sign there. Where's the dollar sign? All right, dollar sign. Um, um, with the press of a button, um, right? Uh, where half of so okay, let's not go with half. Let's just put 5 million. That's probably easier. So where 5 million goes to you, but or rather not but, and the other 5 million goes to charity. Then, however, oh, it disappeared. Wait. However, oh, it doesn't. Okay, I think I need to bring it down. Wait. Nah. Okay, so however, when you press the button, some random person in the world will cease to exist. So therefore, the question is, right? Will you press the button? Okay, so who here will press the button? Ah, but there is a catch to it. You know, if you press the button, someone will disappear. Well, Clouds will press the button. Jade will not press the button. Capybara, wow, so many of you will press the button. Oh my goodness, that's quite sad. You know, you'll end up, basically murdering someone. But yeah. Right. Okay, I can see. Okay, so far I only see two no's. That's quite sad. I mean, that depends on how you look at it, but sure. I mean, if you go by the Thanos theory, right? We are overpopulated anyway, right? So yeah. But yeah, I personally wouldn't press the button because to me it would be me murdering someone, so I wouldn't do it. Okay, but yeah, there we go. Angel would spend it on $5 million on Roblox. I mean, what in the world can you buy on Roblox that has like $5 million? It's not even 5 million Roblox bucks, it's like 5 million Singapore dollars or something, Yeah, and you would, well, I mean, depends on how you look at it. Of course, some people will say that a life is worth less than $5 million, but sure. Okay, no, there's no Kahoot. Right, so yeah, thank you for joining me in this experiment of ours that I had earlier on. Right, so yeah, that's all. If you have questions, you can step in and ask. Otherwise, take care. I'll see you next time. We have another live tomorrow, right? That will be for secondary math. And yeah, please join our classes, writing classes, or whichever English, math, or science classes that we have, online lessons or physical classes. That's fine too. Okay. Well, take care and enjoy the rest of your week. Okay. Bye bye. I'll see you again. Okay. Have a good one. Huh? Domino pizza. Why Domino pizza? It's actually not bad, what? Okay, but yeah, I mean, I kind of find it nice, right? Okay, so yeah, take care and bye bye. Yeah, thank you. End life. Huh? What? What? Pink rainbow in my hair is blur high cost. Okay, I think this is totally not for me. Okay, bye.